Ricky Carmichael looking at Steve Lampson's 125 records for wins in a season and consecutive wins in one campaign. He wants to keep those streaks alive here today. Looking forward to the first moto as the board turns sideways. We'll get underway with moto number 1 any second. They are off.
Here we come.
Ricky Carmichael, whoa, somebody popped there in the back as Ricky Carmichael gets a rare hole shot. He gets fine starts, but rarely do we see him get a hole shot. I believe this is the first one of the year. Right there is his teammate number 20, Casey Johnson. Tim Ferry also there. Christopher Gossler on Steve Lampson's bike. Robbie Reynard not too far away. It's Reynard making the push now. He moves into third.
You see right there, Reynard working his way into the picture, but he's still got to get around Carmichael's teammate to challenge him. And there's the whoop section. This is the new section they'll be heading into. As that lap time makes it about another 10 seconds longer.
A jump and then a real tight, critical left turn, as you see there, going into more whoops.
Already Reynard starting to challenge. Even if I didn't particularly like the layout, if the soil was something I was used to, you can just tell by the color of it if it's good traction or not. There goes Reynard.
Robbie Reynard giving it a try against Casey Johnson. Johnson trying to hold him off. Johnson signing with Yamaha of Troy for next year. A terrific 6-figure contract. Robbie Reynard, he's still up in the air as to where he's going. There's all kinds of rumors, David. You know, their positioning right here, David, shows a lot of maturity in Robbie Reynard's performance.
Well, he's got to be patient right here, too, Art. He really hasn't had this opportunity of being second and already in the race. He got the fastest two riders in this 125 class, 1 and 2 at the end of the first lap. What Reynard's got to realize here is not make the same mistake he made at Washougal, where he just had taken the lead and crashed, give it all up. He can be patient. I mentioned that already. He can be patient, but then again, you don't want to stay back there too long, because sometimes that guy in front of you starts to not really worry about you too much anymore. You can kind of get a feel for where you were making time, make those corrections, little changes out there, the lines, and you never can get by.
If there's one 125 rider who needs a ride for next year and hasn't signed for one yet, but who has made an impression in the last few races, it is Robbie Reynard, number 21. You might have to put Michael Brown in that same category, David.
Yeah, both those guys have shown a lot of potential in this series, but all eyes are on Reynard right now as he's challenging Carmichael.
Going to the outside, Robbie Reynard. Can he come out with more power? Bar to bar. Robbie Reynard has taken the lead once again on Ricky Carmichael.
Vector, we saw you right on the board, running high. That's a bold statement.
He's just got to try and get in front of him, because Rick is very strong, you know, and obviously Robbie's got a good line through the whoops, and there's a lot of track left after the whoops, so he can't leave it till the last lap. He's got to try and put some distance on Ricky right now.
How motivated was Robbie after he fell last week while winning at Washougal?
Oh, he was so mad at himself. He's just now got to get out there. He knows he can do it. We're the only people who can push Ricky around right now, and we intend to do so.
Robbie Reynard, who played bridesmaid to Ricky Carmichael throughout the entire Supercross season, came into this outdoor season, David, with one thing in mind, and that's I don't care how many times I'm runner-up, but I want to beat him one time. And you can see that in his performance here late in the season.
You can see by the battle that they've got amongst themselves how much distance they've opened up over third.
On the Suzuki stopwatch, we'll check out the intervals for the top 4. There you see Casey Johnson, and Tim Ferry, the fourth rider, is 19.25 seconds behind the leaders. After Reynard passed Carmichael, this is really the only battle left in Moto 1. John Dowd tries once again to pass Tim Ferry. Ferry has just been very, very tough and determined. John Dowd to the inside. Team Yamaha versus Nolene Yamaha. And it was Dowdy finally moving into 4th place against Tim Ferry as he's on the final lap for the 125 action.
He must love coming here. He will next year. That's for sure. Going really good for him so far. He's earned it. Got a pretty good start. Attacked right away. A little bit more patient in getting around Carmichael than he was in races past, but still very aggressive, kept the pressure on him, and he's just outclassed him in his first moto.
You might have noticed the graphic saying that it's his 2nd moto win of the year should he stay the rest of the way on 2 wheels. His first win was the first moto at Unadilla. He came back with a 3rd in the 2nd moto for a 2nd overall behind Ricky Carmichael. So a Happy day for Robbie Reynard as he takes the checkered flag here at Millville. Board sideways, we're ready to go. Let's check out the start of Ricky Carmichael versus Robbie Reynard. Carmichael won't get the hole shot. It's John Dowd with the hole shot.
You can see Reynard shaking his head at Carmichael. They were locking elbows. Carmichael got the upper hand there. Reynard's got a lot of work to do now. He's mid-pack. Still no Reynard in that shot. Back through the whoops. That's where Carmichael was getting out of shape. He was squirrely at the tail end of that section just about every time we got a shot of him.
Looks like he's going through there quicker, though. Maybe they did some rearranging mechanically.
I'm sure that they made a couple little changes, but mainly just a change in his state of mind. Go out there and ride hard. Don't give anything away to anybody. And right now he doesn't have to worry about Reynard. It's Dowd.
Bar to bar. Carmichael flares it out. Here's the battle for the lead. Both of them bouncing around quite a bit. Carmichael making the inside pass.
Wow, that was just sheer great aggressiveness. He said he wanted to get a better start. I'm thinking, well, he got the whole shot. How could it be better than that? But he means get out there and charge hard the first few laps and check out. That's what he's doing right now.
Not much this guy has to work on in the offseason unless it's more training on the 250s.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe, I don't know, wear a different colored jersey or something. I mean, everything he has done has just been amazing. The fact that he's only lost 1 second moto all year.
And it's a very beautiful track.
Yeah, it's always been hot and humid here.
Look at this. Robbie Reynard taking on Jason McCormick. Reynard just knocking the riders off one by one in the battle for 7th place now after being second to last. Number 36 in the battle for 6th place now is Reynard. You saw him looking up the track in a different direction to see how far back he is from the leaders.
That's all he really cares about. Where's Carmichael? He just wants to win. Even if he comes all the way up to second and gets close to Carmichael, that's still going to be disappointing. Mick picks off another one right there. That comes back to what I was saying about that mental aspect of getting a hole shot or not. It's a lot easier to come from behind because you've got nothing to lose. Makes a great pass there on Button. Button trying to hold him off. Didn't really work. Shaking his head. Oh, well, I thought I had that covered, but I guess not.
Casey Johnson in 4th place with Reynard right behind him.
And coming fast. He already dealt with him for a little bit of the first moto, about a half a lap. So he knows where Reynard is faster. He'll try to block him in that spot, but it seems to me like Reynard may find somewhere else. Because the way he's riding today, he can go pretty much anywhere he wants in the racetrack and find a way around.
Casey Johnson, it doesn't seem to me, has been extremely fast on the tracks, David Bailey, but he's had consistently good starts, and he's kept up on 2 wheels.
And he has been consistent. He's learned a lot, and he's still very young. That's why he's a hot property out there.
Coming off an injury during the Supercross season, it was really a treacherous injury as Reynard goes to the inside and quickly takes over 4th spot. Not far from this young man, Mike Brown, number 100. Robbie Reynard in 4th, looking for 3rd. I'm not sure he has enough time to get all the way to 2nd, but he sure has the time to get on Mike Brown, and here comes Robbie Reynard. However, in the 125 national scene, he will be back, and a chance to set all kinds of 125 career records.
No, because he is so young and so dominant this early, he's already racked up so many wins indoors and out. He will be somebody that can challenge the records that McGrath has put out there. I thought McGrath put that bar so high no one would ever get close, but...
Oh, little show for the fans as he comes down the hill. Whoa, look out! Carmichael! Cartwheels. The endo. Looks like he's fine. Let's check the bike out. He does have time if he can get the bike restarted in time. Yes. No problem as far as a win is concerned, but boy, I'll bet that shot the adrenaline level up. Not quite as bad as Wyndham on his wheelie crashing before the Supercross race got underway.
That's all bad.
That gave him all kinds of incentive to do well, though. And he shakes his head as he sees the checkered flag.